chat, and you can put down on chat if you have any query at any given point of time. And we will take the queries once we are done with that particular topic, right? And we will have a Q&A session after every class. Like, we'll finish the class at 7:50, 8:50, and then we can have a discussion, okay? Just put it on chat if you have any query. I will not be using much of the content on the PPT. हम लोग डिस्कस ज्यादा करेंगे पीपीटी में. We will have a limited content, right? Before we start supply chain management, our first unit is, you know, logistic management, and in this unit we are going to study the introduction to logistics. That will be the first thing. Then introduction to logistic management. We will be studying about the evaluation, how logistic has evolved over the time, like development, objective, and role. Next, we will be studying about objective of logistics, the role of logistic in a developing economy, logistic management, components and function, logistic competitive performance, distribution related issue and challenges, physical distribution management. So that will be the 8 topic we are going to study, right? So let's start with the introduction to logistic management, right? So logistic, जैसा आप नाम से, you can understand, it is originated from the word military, where it refers to the movement of troops, equipment and supply. कोई भी हमारा प्रोडक्ट होता है या कोई भी उसमें मूवमेंट होता है, तो वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट इट कीप्स ऑन गोइंग, इट कीप्स ऑन मूविंग. तो लॉजिस्टिक्स में, so in business, logistics means the process of planning, implementing, controlling the efficient flow and strategics of goods, services, and information from the point of origin to the point of consumption to meet customer requirement. So अगर हम simple terms में बोले, logistic is equal to right product plus right quality, right place, right time, right cost, and in the right condition. So everything has to be at the right, circumstances. If you go to the definition of a book, so according to Council of Supply Chain Management Professional, logistic management is a part of supply chain management that plans, implement, and control the efficient, effective forward and reverse the flow of storage of goods, services, and the related information between the point of origin and the point of consumption to meet customer requirement. Now coming to the objective of logistics, अगर हम basic पढ़े, we are going to study everything in detail later. So coming to the objective of logistics, so customer satisfaction, basically it delivers products when and where customer want. Efficiency, it reduces cost in transportation, storage and handling. Availability, it ensures products are always in stock whenever needed. It is flexible, like adapting to the changing customer needs or market condition. Speed and reliability, ensuring timely and safe delivery. क्या क्या components होते हैं logistic के अंदर? So logistic is made up of several interconnected functions like transportation. किसी भी हम product का transportation, how does it happen? It happens by movement of goods by road, rail, air, sea or pipeline. Then warehousing, storage of goods until they are needed. Inventory management, controlling stock level to balance demand and cost. Order processing, receiving, handling and fulfilling customer orders. Material handling, moving goods within a warehouse or a plant using equipment like forklifts or conveyors. Packaging, protecting the goods and preparing them for transport or sale. Coming to information flow, so sharing accurate data between supplier, manufacturer, and customer for coordinated. Now coming to the basics or importance of logistics in business, it reduces operational costs. So basically efficient logistics, lower transportation and storage expenses. It improves customer satisfaction, like timely delivery, increase customer trust. It enhances competitiveness, like better logistics can become a key market advantages. Like it supports global trade. Efficient logistics is crucial for important and export operations. The facility supplied chain coordination, like it keeps production, distribution, and sales aligned. Now coming to the types of logistics, पहला होता है inbound logistics. इसमें basically it deals with the receiving, storage, and distributing raw material or components and from suppliers in the manufacturing unit. Second होता है outbound logistics. It involves in the storage, movement, and distribution of finished goods to customer. थर्ड होता है रिवर्स लॉजिस्टिक, इट हैंडल्स द रिटर्न, रिसाइकलिंग और डिस्पोजेबल ऑफ गुड। नेक्स्ट होता है थर्ड पार्टी लॉजिस्टिक्स, तो इट आउटसोर्स लॉजिस्टिक फंक्शन टू स्पेशलाइज सर्विसेज प्रोवाइडर्स, राइट। इसका एग्जाम्पल अगर हम लेते हैं लॉजिस्टिक के इंट्रोडक्शन के लिए, फर्स्ट इज Amazon। तो इसमें इनबाउंड लॉजिस्टिक वुड बी Amazon रिसीव प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम सप्लायर, like Amazon is a company which basically sells third party के products, right? If for example, if I have a Apple Watch and I wanted to sell it through Amazon, so Amazon will receive products from the Apple, so that will be inbound logistics. Warehousing, goods are stored in fulfill center. फिर outbound logistic, orders are packed and shipped to customer. फिर आएगा reverse logistic, customer can return product through the easy pickup system, right? So अगर जैसे for example, if you are receiving any product through Amazon or Myntra, and if it doesn't fit us or if we want to return it, so it's called reverse logistics, right? Now coming to the role of technology in logistics. So modern logistics is powered by technology such as GPS tracking for real-time vehicle monitoring. ये आप देखते होंगे whenever you order any product on Amazon, so you can real-time monitor it, right? Then warehouse management system for inventory control, or automation and robotics for faster handling, uh, AI and data analytics for forecasting demand and optimization routes, blockchain for secure transportation transaction, right? थोड़ा बहुत इसमें there would be some challenges also in logistics. So rising fuel and transportation costs, poor infrastructure in developing areas, managing global supply chain, shortage of skilled labor, meeting sustainability and environmental goals. Now, coming to the summary, logistics ensures smooth movement of material and product. It links production with consumption efficiently. It's not about transportation, it's about managing the entire flow of goods and information to achieve customer satisfaction at minimum cost, right? So this is basically the introduction to logistic management. So logistic commonly regarded as a differentiator in terms of traditional, hards and tangible goods. Organization's final bottom lines, allowing for each other reduced cost or better price. Although reduced cost is mostly a one-time feel-good aspect and has a long been subject of logistics, high value enters the image for later maybe, right? So although a business may tend to be a pricey at first sight, the outstanding customer supports offered as a consequence of solid policies is a benefit more than the competitiveness for marginally higher prices. So logistics is associated with both the movement of goods and the flow of knowledge moves in the opposite direction. Customer reaction is used in the secret scope of logistics, which includes not just product and resource management. So logistic can be a thought of a connection between a company's production and marketing activities. Traditional companies use a think about them independently, but because of their interdependence and feedback mechanism, combining the two provided considerable benefit. तो जैसे कि आप when the amount of the pattern your supply chain grows, the amount of teamwork needed to reduce total expense for the end user becomes more difficult to accomplish and increasingly efficient. So the following diverse function fields are covered by logistic network architecture, storage, and inventory control. Manufacturing plants, factories, and malls, for example, are all the facilities. They play an important role in network architecture, right? So the amount of material that are transported in an organization is considerable. In an organization, raw products comes from manufacturers are sent to customer. Since the execution of this initiative is done by logistics, it is ensured that it will be implemented precisely as expected. Logistics refers to the movement of physical goods to consumer, but often intangible. Continuing from description, we will have an example. For example, supply chain comprise a number of interconnected operations that take place from the beginning to the end, where goods flows from vendor to final consumer. So each product has its own supply chain, and different technologies are used to describe the chain of operations and organization. Whether the focus is on activities, it is refers to as processes. If the focus is on adding value, use a generic concept value chain, that is supply chain. This is an unit will this is the basic introduction to logistic management. So next topic would be we have discussed phases also, right? Uh, Now, if you talk about phases in logistic development, so there are very, many key milestones that are over decades that we have already discussed. Impact of globalization in logistics. Okay. Uh, like impact of globalization on logistics. Uh, so although we will discuss this in later also, but just to give you the brief on the impact of globalization on logistics, globalization refers to the increasingly interconnection and interdependence among countries through ट्रेड इन्वेस्टमेंट टेक्नोलॉजी इतना कंट्रीज में एक्सचेंज होता है इतना ग्लोबलाइजेशन इज बेसिकली दैट एज कंपनीज एक्सपेंड अक्रॉस बॉर्डर logistic has become a key driver in ensuring that goods, materials, and information more efficiently across international boundaries. So, in simple words, globalization has turned logistics from local support activities to global strategic function. So, why globalization affect logistics? Globalization has increased international trades. It has created global supply chain involving multiple countries. It has demanded faster, cheaper, and more reliable delivery. It has led to global competition and standardization, quality expectation, and all these factors have transformed how logistics is planned and executed. Now, coming to the positive impact of globalization on logistics. First is expansion of the global supply chain. So companies source raw material components and finished goods from different countries. जैसे iPhone uses parts from more than 30 countries. जैसे India में भी manufacture होता है and then all are assembled somewhere. Growth and international transportation like increased use of air, sea and multimodal transport through technological advancement like globalization encourages the use of information and communication technology. So tools like GPS tracking, etc. Emergence of global logistic companies like DHL, FedEx, right? So this is basically the globalization in logistics. Next would be evaluation of logistic management. But before that, let's take Q&A of if you have any query on the introduction part. Guys, you can put it on chat if you have any query. Mm, mm, mm. So can you explain slowly and can you share so it will help? I think I was sharing the screen. Okay, Shreya, I will lower down my speed. Could you please slow down? Yes, Noori and Shreya, I have noted. I will slow down on my speed. Okay. Dimple Sharma, sir, in the second slide, logistic calculator. See, Dimple, don't worry about the slides. You will get it. So you don't need to note anything from the slide. But what I'm speaking now, बस वो समझ लो. That is more important. Okay. But I will share the slide again once I share my screen. आप देख लेना. Okay. Vijay, I will brief again once the session is over. I have already done with the introduction part. इसमें basically I have explained what actually logistic management is. ये सब तो I will brief again once the class is ending, but try to focus it on the one go. बार बार explain करना. I can do it, but we have a limited time and we have a lot of sessions to attend. Okay, guys, so let's move to the next topic. Thank you, Vijay, for understanding. Uh, uh, Noori, I don't know which one were you asking, but this is what globalization logistics. So now coming to the evaluation of logistic management. इसमें आप ये जो diagram है इसको बहुत clearly आप देखिए and I will explain you what basically it is. Like 1960 say it is started, now it is going until now, right? Now coming to the introduction to the evaluation of logistic management. The logistics has evolved over a time from a military support function to a core business strategy. that manages the flow of goods and services and information efficiently. Originally, logistics focuses only on transportation and storage, but आज के time पे it involves planning, coordination, technology integration, and global supply chain management. So basically, in short, has evolved from moving goods, जैसे transportation में सिर्फ moving goods होते थे, right? To maintaining and managing the supply chain to creating customer value, right? So अब इसका अगर हम history देखें, so the term logistics comes from a Greek word called logistics. The Greek word was logistikos, which means skilled in calculation. And it was first used by the military to describe the movement and supply of armies. Okay. So during the World War Second, success often depends on how quickly troops could be supplied with food, fuel, and ammunition, and not just the battlefield strategies. So this efficiency inspired businesses and adopt logistic practices that after the war. So talking about the stages in the evaluation of logistic management, तो द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एरा सबसे पहले जो आपको फर्स्ट दिख रहा है फ्रेगमेंटेशन. ओके, सो इसमें लॉजिस्टिक वाज मेनली कंसर्न with the transportation of goods from one place to another. Focus was on physical distribution, moving finishing goods from factories to customer. No coordination between departments like purchasing, production, and marketing. Goal was to deliver goods at the lower cost possible, and key activities was shipping, warehousing, inventory handling. Now coming to the stage two, the physical distribution era. तो इसमें था companies began to see distribution as an important business function. Its focus shifted to product availability and customer services. Introduction of trucks इसमें हुआ था, containers and improved highway mail distribution faster. Businesses started to develop and distribution centers are regional warehouses, and goal is to efficiently deliver finished goods to customer. Third was the जैसे आपको स्क्रीन पर दिखा 1990s में it was the integrated logistic era or integration era. So companies realized the purchasing, production, and distribution are interlinked. The concept of total cost approach emerged, minimizing overall logistic cost instead of individual cost. Computerization started, like inventory management system, barcoding, tracking, ये सब 1990s में आया था. And logistics began integrating with marketing, operations, and finance. So the goal was to basically integrate all the logistic activities for efficiency and cost reduction. Hit the value culture. The term supply chain management became very popular in the value culture, and the logistic expanded beyond companies' boundaries to include suppliers, manufacturer, distributor, and customer. Use of ERP systems like enterprise resource planning for the data sharing and coordination. It focuses on partnership outsourcing like 3PL or 4PL and global sourcing. So the goal was to improve overall supply chain efficiency and responsiveness. And the last stage was automation. So digital and the global logistics era बोलते हैं. So logistics transferred through the digital technology and globalization. So basically artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, big data analysis, ये सब everything entered during the 2010 era. And the growth of e-commerce and express delivery services, it focuses on customer experiences and sustainability and real-time visibility. Goal was to smart, sustainable, and globally connected logistic network. So the key driver of logistic evolution was globalization of markets, technological innovation, customer demand for faster delivery, cost efficiency pressure, environmental and sustainability concern, outsourcing and specializing of logistic providers. तो अगर हम पीरियड देखें, जो आपका डिफरेंशिएटर टेबल यू कैन सी ऑन द स्क्रीन राइट नाउ, बेसिकली इसमें बिफोर 1916 वाला जो एरा था ट्रांसपोर्टेशन और फ्रेगमेंटेशन एरा, इसमें इट फोकसेस ऑन ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड स्टोरेज ओनली. देन कंसोलिडेशन वाज फिजिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एरा, तो इट फोकसेस ऑन प्रोडक्ट अवेलेबिलिटी एंड कस्टमर सर्विसेज. Third was 1990s era, supply chain management. It focuses on supplier, customer integration, outsourcing. Next was value capture era. It focuses on the values, and then last for the digital and global logistics, which is known as automation, and it focuses on technology-driven data analytics, etc. So if now we talk about the example later, and then we will understand it better. So like we were discussing about the Amazon evaluation of logistics. So it started as a small online bookstore in 1990s, relying third-party shipper. But its own warehouse and fulfillment center इन्होंने build किए 2000 में. Then they introduced robotics and AI and drones in 2010. Today, Amazon operates global logistics network and it has own air fleet and shipping services. So, in order to conclude the evaluation of logistic management, the evaluation of logistic management shows a clear shift from basic transportation to integrated management of the global supply chain powered by technology and data. Modern logistics is no longer just about moving good, it is about delivering values, enhancing customer satisfaction. Right? तो ये तो बेसिक था इवोल्यूशन ऑफ लॉजिस्टिक मैनेजमेंट में अगर हम थोड़ा लेमैन लैंग्वेज में इसको समझे so now that we know that what exactly business communication means, the need for business communication and how its implementations will benefit the businesses house can be clearly understood. Even a few years back, the source of businesses communication was scanty. In recent days, business communication has become essential, but there are various ways to become more manageable, more accessible, and more approachable. Today's world of business cannot take a step forward without the help of a business communication. Effective communication makes the company efficient. Right? तो इसमें हम सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे development. The evaluation of logistics in 1990s may be that trace back to the 70s, where there was little cooperation between different role of organization and each was dedicated to achieving its own objective in 1980s. The myopic method gave integrated logistic management, basically, which is called the convergence of different roles to accomplish a system-wide goal. Supply chain management broadens this reach by integrating vendors and customers into the enterprise and managing the transfer of the product and knowledge from the raw material. So the right thing in the right quantity, consistency at the right position at the right moment, as we have discussed earlier, with the right customer at the right cost and the right time. The supplier, retailer, or end customer make up the logistic network. The aim of the interconnected logistic network is a supply chain is to meet consumer order by offering a location where goods and services can be derived from the end user. The supply chain's position utility is accomplished by handling a variety of main roles. Among the tasks are regulation of demand, inventory monitoring, transportation, stockpiling, processing of orders, management of knowledge. Supply chain operations cooperation depends strongly on logistics. Improving production in this sector helps supply chains to greatly improve their productivity and contribute to the creativity in a variety of ways. Significant task in the context is identify processes and techniques that all forms of performance management in logistical supply chain. अब इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है पहला. Now coming to the objective of supply chain management. But before that, let's take Q&A so that if let me know if you guys have any query at the evaluation of logistic management. Vijay, okay. Others, as we have discussed earlier also in the slides, we are going to keep a minimal topic and Baki I'm going to explain. And because we are asked to explain in English, so we just try to understand. Dimple Sharma is saying after 1990s, during the Congress government, LPG also affected logistic management. Yes, that's also a good example. Dimple Sharma, liberalization, privatization, globalization. Yes, globalization we have discussed and remaining we are going to discuss hopefully in the coming sessions. Okay, Ritisha. Automation with respect to what, Dimple? You are asking me to explain automation. automation with respect to logistic management. I hope you are. Mm, okay. So because you guys can't see the queries, so Dimple is asking about the automation with respect to the logistic management. So automation in logistic management basically, जैसे भी टेक्नोलॉजी मशीन्स होती हैं या सॉफ्टवेयर होते हैं nowadays you see the softwares of which are included with artificial intelligence to perform logistic operations जिसकी ऐसे human activities are getting less minimum so it helps business to improve the speed accuracy, but again the disadvantage is that it is asking people to cut human capacity. So ज़्यादा automation होगा, it will be faster, smarter, and the cost will be efficient, and the use of this is in the sensors or software system. So I hope that makes sense, Dimple. Any other query? Shivam Agarwal, yeah, Dimple, yes, you're correct. It makes up again. Shivam Agarwal is asking about myopic method. मतलब myopic method is basically short-sighted. जैसे myopia is one of the eye, you might have heard myopia and hypermetropia. These are the eyes disorder. तो मायोपिया का हम यहाँ पे यूज करते हैं बिकॉज इट शॉर्ट साइटेड फोकसिंग, मतलब बहुत लिमिटेड चीज पे फोकस करता है और लाइक इमीडिएट और शॉर्ट टर्म गोल्स लाइक राइट. तो लॉजिस्टिक्स में वी हैव टू टेक अ लॉन्ग टर्म गोल्स, वी हैव टू टेक कॉल राइट. So that's why we cannot follow the myopic method. Myopic में we don't, हम लोग फ्यूचर का ज्यादा बारे में सोचते नहीं है. ओके. ओके गाइस, थैंक यू शिवम एंड डिम्पल फॉर द क्वेरीज. Renu, we took a water break. That's why the voice was not clear. It's like, okay. Uh, so, team, the next topic is the. 1 second, I'll share my screen. Evaluation is also done. Now, the next topic is the objectives of logistic management. So, people were saying to screen pe we will just put one header, but we will discuss in detail. Okay. So, अब इस slide में ज़्यादा content डालना doesn't make any sense, right? So, the main objective of logistics management are mentioned on the screen, but I will just explain each point in detail. First is the cost cutting and profit. Okay. So, one of the key objective is to reduce the overall cost of logistics, including transportation, warehousing, inventory, packaging, and order processing, without compromising the services quality. The focus is on optimizing the balance between cost and customer satisfaction. Right. फिर आता है आपका customer satisfaction. So logistic aims to ensure that the right product reaches the right customer at the right time, at the right place, in the right condition. So इससे customer satisfaction will be very high. So efficient logistics directly contributes to the customer loyalty and better service reputation. Next is efficiency, good flow of information. Okay, like manufacturing processes with a smooth flow. So logistic management ensures smooth, continuous, and efficient movement of goods and related information from suppliers to end consumers. It coordinates between departments such as procurement, production, and marketing. Next is, like having a proper inventory management. So basically, maintaining the right level of inventory is very important. Neither too high, which increases storage costs, nor too low, which causes stockouts. The goal is to maintain an optimal balance to ensure uninterrupted operations. Next is improved order fulfillment. So it ensures timely order processing, packaging, and delivery to meet customer demand and expectations. So this improves reliability and enhance brand images. Okay. And then, like, better transportation management. So choosing the most cost-effective, efficient transportation modes and routes. The objective is to minimize transit time, reduce cost, and ensure product safety during shipment, and improve order fulfillment, like ensuring timely order processing and packaging and timely delivery at the max to meet customer demand and expectation. Then effective warehousing, optimizing warehouse location, layout, and operations for faster storage and retrieval. This reduces handling cost and improves operational efficiency. Then supply chain coordination. So basically, logistic management seeks to integrate all supply chain activities from procurement to delivery for seamless coordination. So this basically minimize delay and enhance responsiveness to market changes. So it enhance flexibility and responsiveness. The logistics system should be adaptable to sudden change in demand, production, and schedule on the transportation condition. A flexible transportation logistic network helps firms to respond quickly to customer or market needs, right? So, uh, uh, I hope that is clear for the objective of logistic management. Uh, 1 second. Yeah, I think कॉस्ट कटिंग में अगर हम लोग और डिटेल में डिस्कस करें तो लॉजिस्टिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन रिड्यूसेस कॉस्ट एंड इंक्रीज प्रॉफिट. अगर आपका कॉस्ट कटेगा तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपका प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट कम होगा, का प्रॉफिट बढ़ेगा. मतलब इससे मटेरियल मैनेजमेंट हैज चेंज. तो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ द सिक्योर, फास्ट एंड कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव. दूसरा है मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस विद स्मूथ फ्लो. So due to on-time distribution of supplier, proper use of material and semi-finished items in the manufacturing phase, among other factors in non-logistic aids in the efficient running of manufacturing activities. So next is strategic edge. So by increasing the revenue, by improve customer experiences, logistics includes sustain and sharpen and enterprise competitive advantage. So like organizing a timely and dependable distribution, avoiding order handling failures, and so forth. Communication system that succeed. For successful logistic management, and effective communication information system is needed. As a result, logistic management aid in the creation of an integrated coordination mechanism that allow for constant interaction with vendors as well as quick response to customer inquiries. Inventory strategy that operates logistic administration creates effective resource management as a side effect. How to maintain a sound resource control is a big headache for supply chain management, financial management, and other departments. This headache is alleviated by logistic management. So, and coming to the role, logistics has a number of roles. Sales logistics with transportation goods from the manufacturer to the customer is the more well-known function in logistics. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, now coming to the roles of technology in logistics. Logistics has a number of roles. Sales logistics, which transport uh, goods from the manufacturer to the customer, right? अब आपका कोई गुड रेडी बन गया, प्रोडक्ट मेडिसिन है या कोई भी, अगर आपका बेकरी प्रोडक्ट कुछ भी हो बन के रेडी हो गया है, तो मैन्युफैक्चर टू कस्टमर is the most well-known functions in logistics. So depending on the sector, logistics may be divided into 4 different positions. And in addition to the distribution logistics, procurement logistics, development of logistics, recovery logistics, and recycling logistics are 4 groups. Transportation, delivery, shipping, packaging, freight handling, distribution management, and information retrievals are all functions of transportation, and several processes have been placed in order to bring goods from the manufacturer or manufacturing site to customer efficiently and school. Okay. So like role of technology in logistics. जैसे आप अपने स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं, वी हैव डिस्कस द थियोरेटिकल पार्ट ऑफ रोल्स ऑफ लॉजिस्टिक. बट अगर मैं आपको थोड़ा और इजी लैंग्वेज में इफ आई एक्सप्लेन यू, so technology plays a very important role in making logistic operations faster, more efficient, and more accurate. It helps in planning, executing, and controlling the movement of goods and information across the supply chain. तो पहला आता है जैसे ऑटोमेशन प्रोसेस होता है. Automation, as the name indicates, technology enables automation in warehousing, inventory control, and transportation. The use of automated guided vehicles like AGVs, robotic picking system, and conveyor reduces manual labor and error. Coming to real-time tracking and monitoring. So GPS हो गया, RFID like the radio frequency indications systems allow companies to track shipments and vehicle in real time. It improves transparency and helps in prediction delivery time accuracy. Next, warehouse management system software that helps manage store picking, packing, and dispatching efficiently, increasing space utilization and reducing handling time. Next is transportation management system. It helps in planning routes, managing fleets, scheduling deliveries, and reducing transportation costs. It provides insight through data analytics and optimize fuel usage and minimum delays. फिर आता है Internet of Things. So IoT sensors monitor temperature, humidity, and movement, are especially useful for perishable or sensitive goods like pharmaceutical or food. So enable proactive maintenance and battery safety compliance. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are used for demand forecasting, route optimization, predictive maintenance, help identify patterns and improve decision making through data analytics. Blockchain technology, it provides secure and transportation in supply chain, prevents fraud, enhance traceability, and build trust among partners. Cloud computing हो गया, जैसे it enables real-time sharing between supplier, warehouse, and customer. Next है e-documentation. So it reduces paperwork by using digital invoices, bill, etc. Last आता है drones. जैसे emerging technology use last minute delivery. आजकल ड्रोन से डिलीवरी हो रही है. So ये सब लॉजिस्टिक में आपका लॉजिस्टिक मतलब डिलीवरी से रिलेटेड है ना, तो ड्रोन यू हैव सीन मेनी फूड आइटम्स आर गेटिंग डिलीवर्ड थ्रू ड्रोन्स एटसेट्रा. So this will all will help ultimately, right? Now coming to the next topic, that is objectives of logistics. So आपकी स्क्रीन पे जो एक पिक्चर है, if you see and try to understand the objective of logistics through it. So the main goal of logistic management is to ensure that the right product reaches. हम ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर सके हैं. लॉजिस्टिक का अल्टीमेट काम होता है कि जो भी हमारा प्रोडक्ट है वो राइट टाइम पे पहुंचे, राइट कंडीशन में हो, राइट कॉस्ट में हो, राइट प्लेस हो. ठीक है. तो इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव हमारा ये होता है कि सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे, हमको मिनिमाइज करनी है टोटल लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट. इससे प्रॉफिट बढ़ेगा कंपनी का एंड कंपनी भी ट्राई टू इन्वेस्ट मोर. So to reduce expenses related transportation, warehouses, inventory, and order processing, the aim is to achieve maximum efficiency without compromising on service quality. Next is customer satisfaction. So it ensures timely and accurate delivery of goods to meet customer expectation, high services level, and building customer loyalty and competitive advantage. Next is efficient flow of materials and information. So managing smooth movement of goods and data from the suppliers to end users. It reduces delay and confusion, wasting the supply chain. So next is optimal inventory management. It basically maintains just-in-time amount of inventory, neither excess or not shortage. It helps in reducing holding costs and avoid stockouts. It improves customer order processing. So basically faster and accurate processing of customer orders through automation and coordination. It leads to quicker response times and better reliability. And then effect of transportation management, like selecting the most efficient and economic mode of transportation, ensure good reach destination safely and time. Better warehousing and storage utilization, proper space management, layout, decide, and automation to handle goods efficiently, minimize damage, loss, and delay. It enhances supply chain coordination, promotes smooth collaboration between supplier, manufacturer, and distributor, improves visibility and reduce bottlenecks in operation. Flexibility and adaptability to quickly respond to the changing market demand, global disruption, and customer needs. Next is sustainability and green logistics. So focuses on eco-friendly practices like fuel-efficient transport and waste reduction, reduces environmental impact while maintaining efficiency. So in order to summarize, the objective of logistic management revolves around cost efficiency and service excellence and continuous improvement in the movement of goods and services. Okay. तो अब जैसा आप आपकी स्क्रीन पे फर्स्ट वन आप देख सकते हो, दिस वन, दिस इज इन्वेंटरी रिडक्शन. सो द इन्वेंटरी इन द नंबर inventory is the number one factor that has negative impact on the bottom line of company logistic management goals. Stock is an asset from the financial accounting perspective because even the stocked is excess quantity, it should not result in any significant downside. Traditionally, companies have retained a surplus of inventory in order to offer outstanding customer supports. Stock, on the other hand, as a commodity necessity, the financial commodity to obtain. The assets deposited have been frozen and cannot be used for anything else. Furthermore, there is a capital expenditure involved to adhere to the logistics management goals. The company carrying expenses would be equal to the interest on the funds at the existing bank funding rates. दूसरा है आपका delivering data reliable and consistent, like the one in green, like reliable and consistent delivery performance, right? So for the consumer to retain the development plan on time, performance is important. The client is not involved in receiving the material sooner than their manufacturing plans allow. This is the field where there is a lot of variations. However, through properly managing transportation system and inventory supply, as well as providing a variety of components, the violation may be minimized. Consistency of delivery result can be another priority of logistics management. This would be help in development of customer trust and contribution to the long-term partnership. Next is economy of freight. So freight is a big part of transportation prices, measuring including freight aggregation, mode collection, part preparation, load in freight. Next is material is a loss. Material loss is we have to keep it low. अगर आपको material ज़्यादा loss नहीं होना चाहिए, because ये भी एक तरीके से cost आपका waste of money होता है, और जो ultimately आपकी cost में input cost में जाता है, जो आपके profit को कम करता है, company को loss पहुंचाता है. The cost of logistics increasingly by product disruption, improper logistic packaging, regular consistent handling, the absence of load, and the other factor contribute to the product loss. Product loss will be reduced and logistic control gas will be met by the use of mechanisms, material processing equipment, load integration, and last is timely response. This refers to the company's willingness to provide support to client in shortest period of possible. The use of cutting-edge technology in information production and communications would improve decision to make accuracy and speed, allowing the company to variety in the short period possible and thereby meeting the logistic management goals as well. Okay, the last topic is the role of logistics in a developing economy. This is the last topic for the day. So in today's world, logistics is both art and technology, and it has the following thing, right? पहले आप देखेंगे support for trade and industry on a basic level. So today, commerce industry cannot survive without well-functioning logistics infrastructure. Without effective logistics, the business community will be paralyzed. Inventory management, stock distribution, warehousing, shipping, packaging, and other logistics roles are crucial for any form of trading or industrial operation. Advantage in the industry, in contrast to rivals, comparative advantage applies to gaining advantage as consequence of better result. Logistic rules and provide business with a strategic edge by ensuring timely services to consumer and thereby increasing market value. Next is support customer satisfaction. So any customer has a basic demand from vendors, which involves on-time delivery, higher quality, and a fair price. Both of these customer needs will be fulfilled with the correct logistic plan. Consumer loyalty is achieved as the customer needs are fulfilled. Customer loyalty is inversely proportional to the customer retention. चौथा आता है आपका increased revenues. So perfectly prepared and the continuous logistic operation assist in a prompt supply chain to produce customer with no delay in order to preparation and shipping, no damage is standard, and all reduced prices, manufacturer corporate reputation improves. All of this leads to the boost in sales for the businesses. Whereas logistic functions are integrated. So unlike the conventional pattern of isolation operations, logistics activities are now carried out on an interconnected fashion. So integration helps to reduce overcharging logistic expenses while still charging market productivity. फिर आपका सिक्स आता है support other company role. So logistic corporation serves as a it collaborates with other departments such as communication, logistics, finance. So if marketing generates interest, logistics ensure that the demand is met. Manufacturing strategies are the two operations that go hand in hand. So inventory control is the efficient So controlling and maintaining inventory is important in order to maintain net expense under control. Resources control is associated with holding inventory level at the correct level such that neither under stocking nor overstocking. To meet the need for the customer, a sufficient stock amount must be retained. Cost cutting, stock carrying costs, shipping costs, warehousing costs, material processing costs, and the soon will be minimized by appropriate logistic method. As a consequence, net good precise reduce. Ninth is during the period of battle. So, military organization are responsible for logistic origin. During a battle, a good logistic combination is essential, particularly when it comes moving military forces. जैसे हमने पहले भी पढ़ा था कि this logistic concept started with a military thing. A lot of ancient battles, such as those like Peshwas and the Mughals, have been fought thanks to successful logistic policies. More cases included in the airlift of Indians during the Iraq and Kuwait War in 93, the Berlin airlift in 1945, and the American War of Librarians. So, logistics plays an important part in the economy on the two respects. First, the form of logistics is one of the most significant industry expenses. The logistic budget accounts for around 15 to 20% GDP. As a result, logistics contributes significantly to the economy by increasing the productivity. Second, logistics allow the transfer flow of many commercial transactions. It is a very important operation of selling of the nearly all products and services. View this position from a machine perspective, suppliers do not deliver on schedule, customer would be unable to purchase them. There will be no selling of the items and do not arrive the correct location and condition. As a result, सारा जो कमर्शियल प्रोसेसेस है सप्लाई चेन का पूरा उस पर असर पड़ेगा. So basically, to certification of utility is one of the most fundamental aspects that logistics add value. In terms of economics, utility refers to the importance of usefulness of an object or services in satisfying a near or necessary. Type, possession, time, and place are the four categories of utilities. The method of making a product by services or placing in the right shape of the right consumer at the right time is known as one of the form of usefulness. Possession utility brings value to customer services by encouraging the user to take tangible of it, such as payment deals or loans. These two services aren't explicitly linked to the logistics, but they can't exist without delivering the right item of consumption of manufacturing, right moment, right location. ठीक है वो हमने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर लिया. तो ये डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमिक से रिलेटेड है. तो लॉजिस्टिक्स आर इंटरचेंजेबली linked to the utility of time and location. So the benefit जो इसमें add होता रहता है by getting an object when it required is known as the time of usefulness. Next हमारा topic होगा logistics management, but that we are going to study in the next class because it's already 8:54 and I think we should do Q&A session for at least 5 minutes before we end this class. किसको Dimple, the main objective of logistic management saves times of manufacturer and consumer. For example, Assam produce of India. That yes, you are right, but that is not only the main objective, but yeah, it is one of the main objectives. Dimple is asking to explain strategic edge again. तो by मतलब strategic edge का मतलब I'll explain in Hindi now. So by increasing revenue, by improve customer experiences, मतलब एक स्ट्रेटजी कंपनी यूज करती है राइट. कैसे करती है? अपना रेवेन्यू इंक्रीज करती है, सस्टेनेबिलिटी, शार्पन्स कॉम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज में. कोई भी कंपनी है जैसे स्टारबक्स इंडिया में लॉन्च हुआ या मैकडोनल्ड्स लॉन्च हुआ, तो ये देवर स्ट्रेटेजिक कलर. फिर उन्होंने अपनी इमेज ऐसी बनाई कि द कॉप वंस यू एंटर देयर लेआउट you will smell the coffee. नहीं भी बन रही हो बाहर भी. तो these are all the different strategies. So you have to, customer experiences, logistic includes sustain and sharpen, like organize a timely and dependable distribution, right? Dimple, I hope that's clear. Difference between operations and logistics and supply chain management. ये topic, this will come later also, the difference between operations and logistic and supply chain management. So Rakesh Kumar is asking for a question like, what is the difference between, you know, operations, logistic, and supply chain management? Uh, 1 second, Rakesh, I'll take your question, but I am just checking if we have any other question. Okay. I think that's it. So Rakesh is asking for a question of like, what is the difference between logistic management, operations management, and supply chain management? Very nice question because ये सब तीनों चीजें ना, they are very closely linked to each other, but they are of course different. And although हम ये आगे आगे पढ़ेंगे, लेकिन आपको ना ब्रीफ में तीनों बताता हूँ. ऑपरेशंस मैनेजमेंट जो होता है वो कंपनी के अंदर होता है, इंटरनल विद इन द कंपनी, कि आपके कंपनी का ऑपरेशंस कैसा है, लाइक हाउ एफिशिएंटली मैनेजिंग ऑल द प्रोसेसेस. एक भी प्रोडक्ट को जो इनपुट है, जैसे आप केक बना रहे हो तो आपका केक के लिए कुछ रॉ मटेरियल होता है, फिर कुछ एक इंसान होता है लेबर बनाने वाला. तो हाउ एफिशिएंटली आप इस रॉ मटेरियल को प्रोडक्ट में बना रहे हैं. तो ये होता है ऑपरेशंस मैनेजमेंट, मतलब प्रोडक्शन प्लानिंग, कंट्रोल, क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट, ये सब आता है इसका. ठीक है. ऑपरेशन मैनेजमेंट में मतलब इंटरनल प्रोसेस होता है विद इन कंपनी. लॉजिस्टिक मैनेजमेंट इंक्लूड्स मूवमेंट एंड स्टोरेज. तो आपका कोई भी मेंटेन करना फ्लो ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज. आपका प्रोडक्ट अब रेडी हो गया है, ठीक है, ऑपरेशंस के टाइम पे रेडी नहीं था, ऑपरेशंस के एंड में रेडी हुआ है. नाउ इट इज गो विल गो टू द लॉजिस्टिक मैनेजमेंट, जहाँ पे आपका प्रोडक्ट और सर्विसेज विल रीच टू एंड कस्टमर. जैसे वो केक बन गया, वो केक किसी के घर जाना है या किसी शॉप पे जाना है, तो दैट विल बी अ पार्ट ऑफ ए लॉजिस्टिक मैनेजमेंट, राइट. थर्ड विल बी आर सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट. इसमें एंड टू एंड अक्रॉस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. नाउ इंटीग्रेशन एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन ऑफ एक्टिविटीज इन्वॉल्व सोर्सिंग, प्रोडक्शन, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इंक्लूडिंग सप्लायर्स, राइट. तो ये पूरा एक प्रोसेस होता है ऑपरेशन और उसका, जिसमें आपका सप्लाई चेन में आपका प्रोडक्ट के लिए हम रॉ मटेरियल, वो जो हमें केक बनाना था उसके लिए हम एग कहाँ से लाए हैं, फ्लोर आटा कहाँ से लाए हैं, तो दैट विल बी अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट. तो ये इनका डिफरेंस, बट दे आर वेरी इंटरलिंक्ड टू ईच अदर, बट सब डिफरेंट है. सो ऑपरेशन मैनेजमेंट इंटरनल है, logistic management movement है once things are done, and supply chain management network. It's like multiple firms will be included. Rakesh, I hope किधर है? It's clear, okay? रेनू, मैंने सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट बता दिया आपको. आई होप दैट आपके लिए भी इट्स क्लियर, ओके. राकेश, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कंफर्मिंग. रेनू, आई होप इट्स क्लियर फॉर यू ऑल्सो. And Dimple is saying supply chain management includes intermediaries, like, correct. That's what I said. Correct, Dimple. But supply chain management is a very long thing and it includes multiple things. So, okay, guys, we are at 9. कुछ भी query होगा तो we will definitely discuss in the next class. Till then, thank you so much. Have a great week ahead and let me know if you have any query. Bye.